Hello and welcome. Today we're going to kick the side of the old time machine and take it for another spin. Here we are. I got it all wired up and ready to go for today's journey. I figured let's go back to, what's a good decade? The 60s. We'll aim for 63 this time around. So let's turn our knobs, hit our buttons, and see where we land. Here we are, 1963. It's a good year. We're here back at the Myrtle Beach Pavilion, as you can see by that sign in the background. A much simpler time with much more conventional entertainment within the Pavilion property. There is that pipe organ, which is amazing to this day. A lot of us think we know where it is. Others speculate, but I sure hope it still exists, because that is a true piece of Myrtle Beach history. Here is the Kiddie Turnpike, which is a youth ride, a much simpler attraction and entertainment for a much simpler time. There you go, Kiddie Turnpike. Growing up, I knew this ride as a mind scrambler. I assume that's what they called it back then, some variation of a scrambler. Always remember, don't sit on the outside of the seat for this one, because you get crushed. Still a fun ride. Look at that slide in the background behind the Ferris wheels. You do not see those anymore. That is a rare thing to see. If you know of one that exists, comment down below. Let me know. I'm really interested if any theme park or entertainment venue still has one of those operational. Now these Ferris wheels, plural, wheels, are super interesting. I've never ridden on this version of the Ferris wheel, the twin wheels. I would think it would be very interesting and fun to ride alongside another group as you go round and round. And you can't visit the pavilion without a ride on the carousel. Alright, you know what that means. We're having some technical difficulties with the time machine. So let's set a new setting. Let's go to, stay in the 60s. Let's hit 67. Alright, here we go. Let's give this a try. Here we are, back at the Pavilion, 1967. Back at the dual Ferris wheel. Now, this specific Ferris wheel I did not ride on, but I've been on Ferris wheels like this. So, if you've ridden one, you probably rode it with a friend, a buddy, significant other, who probably thought it was funny to rock the seat of the Ferris wheel, which creates a absolutely terrifying experience, but something I think a lot of us can say that we've had that experience, because we've all got that one person that we were hanging out with when we were younger at the Pavilion or a similar theme park and would do that to us. Now you'll see in the background here that kangaroo is actually a trash can. They had several trash cans that had animals on top of them. Here you go. A stork. That was actually the lid to the trash can. So you put your trash in the animal. And I bet you these two young ladies are probably wearing the jerseys of their high school football player boyfriends. That might even be them across the street. Mini golf. Nowadays, mini golf is everywhere in Myrtle Beach. And the courses just get crazier and crazier. Every course is trying to outdo the other. Whether it's a giant mountain, a huge shark, a giant skull you have to walk through. We've got all that stuff going on nowadays. But back in the 60s, you had a very basic mini golf course on the boulevard, and that's all you really needed back then to have fun, a much simpler time. But as the years went on and other competition opened up with different golf courses, it just escalated and exponentially got crazier. So nowadays, it's more of a spectacle of what kind of insanity you can put on your course. Back then, it was just a very basic, straightforward geometric course. You'd get your putter and have yourself some fun. Okay, now this ride is crazy. I don't think I'd find myself riding this, even as a young whippersnapper. Oof, just looking at that makes my stomach rock and roll. It'd be a brave soul to ride one of those. And look at this young man right here. He doesn't follow any rules. He's a rebel. Ah, the Gravitron, or at least that's what I knew this ride as growing up. This specific ride was an outdoor version, your standard carnival style ride. The one that I grew up with at the Pavilion was an indoor, it looked kind of like a spaceship ride, and the ride operator would sit in the middle of it. Very, very good, fun memories of riding that and then feeling extremely dizzy. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Okay, all right. I think we're out of power for this adventure. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there it goes. All right, we're out of juice. Thank you for joining me. If you know of any old footage of the Myrtle Beach area that maybe I haven't stumbled upon yet and used in this time travel series, let me know. Comment down below, send me a link, and if it's interesting or if it has some landmarks in it we all may recognize, I may go ahead and utilize it for one of these style videos. So if you saw anything in this video that you are familiar with from the 60s, comment down below, let me know if you have a story to go along with anything seen here. I'm really interested to hear it because right now this footage is one of the only pieces of history I can find from this era of these attractions, that and some old photographs. So to hear a first person's account or even someone's third person account of a story in this area would be interesting. So everybody, until next time, be safe and take it easy.